Welcome back to Peniros Mind. Now today, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Dmx, you know, he's in hospital right now. They're saying that his brain's dead, you know, like vegetable type, you know. And they're saying that he probably won't make it. But hopefully, all of our prayers, you know, which will need to be done today, will actually help the brother, you know. Why do I call Dmx the brother? We all know that Dmx is a man that, you know, he always talked about God, you know. If you read his book, Earl, he was talking about, he used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and he used to answer up at the Kingdom Hall, and he used to be into that, you know, in his younger life. You know, we also know that, you know, Dmx was a man that, you know, he had a bad drug problem. And what I mean by bad drug problem, I mean like, he had a drug problem from an early age, you know. He did say that, you know, it was someone that he knew, you know, that passed him something in a spliff and he smoked it. And, you know, from that time there, he became an addict, you know. That's why we always talk about friends that you keep and watch the people that you keep around you. I wanted to talk about some of the things, you know, that I was going to put in a video that I was going to do before, but I never put it out. And that was actually the time when he came out of rehab. But certain things that I talk about on my channel, that you guys get to talk about on your channel, it don't do my channel any justice, you know. I get strikes and whatnot. So I didn't bother cover that video, but I'm going to talk about some of the bits that I was going to cover. So we all know Dmx is a multi-platinum rapper. For those that don't know, he actually sold more than Jay-Z, you know, when he was with Def Jam. Wouldn't really say he dropped, but they wasn't really pushing his album, you know. They was keeping him in the back seat. Maybe that's because of his addiction, maybe they could say that. But he had addiction for like 3 albums before that, so or 2 albums before that. So they knew what they was working with, you know. I'm sure the people that signed him for the first album knew, well, I'm sure they knew like his situation and about his drug addiction, because you're not going to go and put millions like that into someone if you don't properly know their background, you know, and what they're able to get through and what they're not able to get through. So we know all that happened, you know, and he's been a bit more quiet over the years. Now, lately, we've seen him again. He's came out of rehab, he's putting all this weight, you know, looking like a completely different person, to me, in my eyes, you know, from what I see, being someone that had been listening to Dmx before his first album. You know, we've done the tune with LL Cool J, and also some other underground tracks that he's done. To me, he just looks like a completely different person to me. Skin tone, many different things if you just go and take a look at it yourself. So he came out of rehab, you know, and then we see him do the battle with Snoop Dogg, you know, and you know, that was good entertainment, I suppose, to the people, right? Good entertainment. People enjoyed it. And then there was talks of him coming out of a new album, you know. Now, one thing about Dmx, which is very controversial, you know, a lot of people feel that he joined you know, those people, Illuminati or whatever you want to call them. A lot of people feel that, you know, a lot of people feel that, and it's not really hard to, you know, agree with it, you know, when you see certain things like the front covers of his album, you know. What I want to tell the people is that, you know, like, if you have like a Christian background, or your spirit is strong, or you have a strong relationship with God, and you dwell in certain things, you know, if you dwell in certain things and you play around too much, the demons are going to come harder on you, man. They're going to come down much harder on you. And that's what I feel personally happened to DMX, you know what I'm saying? He talks about he was a man of God, you know what I mean? He grew as a man of God. And as we can all see, DMX was a man that used to, when he used to have his concerts, just flood the place, you know what I mean? Sold out tickets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even though he used to try and put his little prayer at the end, you know, someone that can bring a crowd like that together, you know, and rock the stage like that and entertain people, I feel would be kind of dangerous in, you know, the elite's eyes. You understand? Yeah, and for those that know what I'm talking about, people that can bring people together, you know what I'm trying to say? People that know a lot of people, you know. So I personally feel that DMX has been battling with his demons for a long time, a really long time, and it's going to be really hard for him, you know. It was really hard for him. That's why I never ever judged DMX, you know what I mean? That's why when I see him going through what he's going through, you know, losing money and cars and losing his license and all these things and going to prison. Obviously we know there's a few odd things, but I never really judged him, you know what I mean? Because I know what it is, you know what I'm saying? I know that he's battling his demons, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's sad to say, but I feel that his actual road he was supposed to take in life, you know what I mean, was to talk to the people, man. Like, how many rappers do you know do a concert, right? And at the end of it, they say a prayer and he gives his thanks to the Most High. Do you know what I'm saying? And in the process of him doing this as well, you also see him breaking down. And that's what I wanted to talk about in my video with Dmx, what I was going to do before when he came out, is you know, when people see things like that, see him breaking down and things like that, they'll probably be thinking, oh, he's doing it because, you know, he's come so far in life and from what he used to have to what he had at that time. So it was a bit emotional. I don't think it was that, you know. I think that DMX was breaking down because he knew, you know, even just for the fact throwing up the X symbol, yeah, just like, you know, the Black Panther guy, you know what I mean? You have to really understand what this means. And he's throwing it up to the people. You understand what I'm saying? You have to really understand what these symbols means. And people should look into it a bit more deeper. When you see a grown man on stage crying like that at the end of his show, it means something, you know? It means to me, when I see him doing that, I look at it from outside the box. To me, it seems like, you know, he is fighting his demons on stage. Like, he can't believe that he's talking to people about murder and killing and raping. You understand? Now, I'm not putting down DMX at all, but we've all heard DMX's lyrics in the first 1 and 2 album. There was talks of raping bloody corpses and things of that nature. Now, to me, being a godly man, when I heard those lyrics, I even used to ask myself, were those lyrics really written down from him, or was it lyrics that he was told to put in? You understand? Was the front cover of his album what he chose to have? Or did someone else choose it for him? Yeah? You hear me talking all the time, yeah, about this music industry. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's a whole heap of foolishness. Big up the man them, you know, that are doing their own thing, you know, and not signed. You know, and definitely big up the man them at a certain level and out there, and they're not signing nothing. You understand? Definitely a round of applause for you guys. So people have to understand, like, this music industry, you know, what they're on, yeah, is manipulation, yeah, and basically they want to make people fight each other, and they're using their music to do this, and that's what it is, plain and simple. And then they're using the other music, the girls and all that, to sexualize Una, yeah, to make you keep thinking about these things, you know, instead of worrying about what's really going on, or just having one partner, you know. And I'm not telling you what to do, you know what I mean, but I'm just trying to stay with me here, innit, so you understand where I'm coming from. Now, like I said, I feel that they were cries for help when DMX was on stage, you know. So as we know, yeah, he's been to rehab a good few times, right? Now, I just want to say that whoever the dealer was, yeah. Now, the dealer gave the thing to him. Yeah, now everybody knows that DMX, like, DMX is a very big rapper. Like, he's known probably in every country, you know. I'm sure, you know, I'm absolutely sure, and I can say this, you know, I'm sure that the dealer that gave him that drugs knows his situation, you know, or anyone that helped to give him them drugs knows his situation, and let that be a lesson to the people as well. I'm not going to get too into that because it's self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? But let people them know, like, watch the people that you keep around you, because some people, they really don't want the best for you. Some people around you will know that you got an alcohol problem, but yet still when you come round, they're offering you drinks, you know? And many other examples just like that. You understand what I'm saying? So know the company that you keep, and the friends that you have around, especially if you need that type of support. You know what I mean? If you've been to the AA or you've been to rehab 5, 6, 7, 8 times, the people around you, you know? Now, I'm not disrespecting no one that's around DMX, because I've seen videos before with people like, what's his name? The one that used to make his beats, you know, and certain other guys from his camp, you know, talk about how they really do try to support him. And at the end of the day, you can't stop a grown man from doing his own thing and going around the road. So we can't really push the blame for that. For the person that sold it to him, definitely, but can't really push the blame for the friends because they can't watch his every move. You know what I'm saying? So, and we've all heard of interviews in the past where, you know, people were saying DMX went down the alley and came back, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. It's really a shame though, you know. It's like, do these rehabs work, you know what I mean? Or it just depends, you know, like who you're around, you know what I mean? If you go to rehab and you come out and you're gonna roll around a bunch of people that getting high, you know what I mean? Your brethren's over there burning weed, and then your next brethren's over there drinking Henny, and well, sometimes what happens and what they would basically do, right? They would stop smoking weed, stop taking coke and all them type of things, yeah? But then they would start drinking. You get what I'm saying? They would start drinking, and then what happens when you drink? You're gonna wanna take certain things to keep yourself, you know what I'm saying? And then they end up indulging back in it because you're just around those type of people. You have to, when you come out of rehab, you have to be around yourself until you know that you can control this, man. You know what I mean? You can control the situation. You know what I'm saying? But then it's a catch-22, because then being by yourself, you might go into depression, because you're not making the same money that you used to make, you know? You got bills coming out, and we all know that DMX has got a whole heap of youths, and he's got mad checks that he's got to pay. I think he actually went prison for that also. So it's like a lot of stress in it. So it's like, what do they tell you when you go to the stress house? They say, oh, go and be around people. So it's like a catch-22, right? And it's very tragic, man. Like he was a very, very good rapper, you know. But me personally, I feel that DMX, I feel that you got to a time, my brother, where you should have just said to yourself, you know. And I think that time was, and I'm not talking about the drugs, I'm talking about the industry. I'm talking about the industry, because I heard you're about to put out another album, and I feel that DMX should have quit a long time ago. And you have to know sometimes, not talking about quitting life. Listen, there's so many different businesses that you can do out here. Yeah, even with the corona situation, there's so many different things you can do. It doesn't have to be music. We've talked about this before in other videos, right? So, you see, like, let me give you an example of this, right? Let me give you an example. Because people them have got it backwards, you know. They got it backwards out here. Let me tell you why. You see these artists out here, right? So let me talk about some of the artists from back in the day. Remember SWV, right? Remember Monica, yeah? Remember people like Sunshine Anderson, right? Yeah. Now, this, I ain't gonna name all of them and start going through all the names, but remember all the people them back in the day, right? That had albums, and it was like, maybe you would call them a one-hit wonder, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they had one album and it was shaking the place, yeah? It was shaking the place. And then you just didn't hear from them again, they disappeared. And then what do you people say? What do you lot say when you see that? Yeah, just think about all the artists in your head right now that only had one album or one single and then you just didn't see them again, right? Think about that, yeah? Think about that. Right, now you thought about it, yeah? Okay. Now we would say they fell off, right? They fell off, yeah? How do you know they fell off though? How do you know they didn't have 100 tracks? How do we know that them artists that we think fell off? Because that's the thing, that's what they put in the magazines. That's what people say. Oh, they fell off, they fell off. But what if it was a bigger situation of where they were offered something they didn't want? So they done the first album, got the money, bang. And then, okay, what we doing now, record company? Oh, we want you to do this. I don't really want to do that. I want to keep my dignity. You know what I'm saying? I've got children and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't doing that. And I'm not going to that party. I'm not, you know, come to this party, we're going to talk to the rah-rahs and but go down to the party. You might even go down to the party and just see a madness, you know what I mean? Like, you might go to the party to see a madness and be like, nah, I ain't doing this, you know what I mean? I ain't signing nothing, you know what I mean? So, don't put down them people, you know, that people say, oh, they fell off. One-hit wonder and all them things. Why was there a one-hit wonder? Was they offered something else afterwards? That's why you should never judge people. You know what I mean? That's why you should never judge people, because you really don't know what's going on from day to day. You don't know what people are, you know what I mean? That's why I don't follow nobody, to be honest with you. Like, I don't follow nobody. I do my own thing, you know what I mean? If people have opinions, that's cool, but I'd rather follow my own, because God gave me my own brain and my own common sense to do what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? So people, this music industry, man, it's like, I know there's a lot of people out there who want to be celebrities and all that. Everyone wants to be a flipping celebrity right now. Cool. You want to be a celebrity? Cool. All right. The money looks good, innit? Okay, the money looks great, man, but there's other things involved in this. You know what I mean? And I personally feel that Dmx has been eaten up by the spirits, man. He's been eaten up by the spirits for years. Because if you look at the things that he's been through, and you know, and I'm not saying that he didn't do himself justice and to help himself in these situations. I'm not saying that, you know, because we're all grown men out here. At the end of the day, we can't really push no blame for anything, but you know, having a drug addiction from so early is a serious thing, but also having the right people around you and being around the right people will help your situation. And for people out there that have children, I'm sure you all want to have a situation to be much better, you know what I'm saying? Bad association does spoil useful habits, man. Like, it really does, you know what I'm saying? You know, in so many different aspects, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a chick, yeah, and you're rolling around with hoes, yeah, you're gonna get labeled as a hoe, or might even want to try something yourself, you know what I mean? Same thing for you guys, you know what I mean? If you're a dude and you know that you're not really with the shits, and you start rolling with someone that's with the shits, man, you might think that you're in a movie. You might think to yourself, oh yeah, this is great, you know what I mean? I want to be with the shits, and it just goes left for you. You know what I mean? It just goes left for you, because not everyone's born to do these things, you know what I mean? The powers that be, they get involved when they need to get involved, when they think it's time for them to get involved. Now, we know that he's getting attacked. Most celebrities get attacked spiritually. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is just what it is. Yeah, now I'm not saying like the Whitney Houston situation, okay, see, this is, there's different things for different things, but not everything's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, people talking about, you know, Dmx is now, he's like, I don't even want to say the word, but he's like, you know, AI type, but you know, not that, but with the spirit in him, right? And all things like that. And you're gonna see a load of videos in the next few days. But the reason why I wanted to do a video on this, man, because I could see my man's pain from the beginning, you know, I could see Dmx's pain from the start. Like, he live a different life. And when I see certain things in his book, you know, I didn't know he came from that background, you understand? And that's a very strong spiritual background to come from. And boy, like, you know, and let me tell you something about these drugs, right? For people them that are trying to be spiritual or want a spiritual connection, because a lot of people these days, you say to them, what do you believe in? They say, oh, I'm spiritual. I don't even think half of them know what they're saying. They feel that I feel that they've heard it somewhere else and they think it sounds good or something, you understand? Because you have to be careful what part of the spirit world that you're mending with, you know what I mean? Because we talked about that before. But so I'm telling you people, when your spirits are high and you've got a connection with God, you are going to get tested. You are going to get tried. Also, there's people out there, right? Your parents are praying for you. You know what I'm saying? Your parents are praying for you, right? And he knows this, yeah? And there's going to be spirits that are going to test you, right? There's going to be spirits that are going to test you, and that's just the way it is. Know who you're around, you know, because some of these people that are around you are possessed. They're possessed, man. They're not themselves. You understand? Now, with that, I just want to say, sorry I've been doing that many videos. I'm just taking care of some serious things at the minute, you know. Some things that we need for the future type, you know what I mean? So I'm still about, you know, I'm just taking care of some things. Everything's sweet, you know. And yeah, so I just want to say big up Dmx, man. You know what I mean? Because we all listen to Dmx, man. Don't act like anyone that's my age, we all listen to Dmx at some point, you know what I mean? And yeah, prayers going out to Dmx, people. Prayers going out to Dmx. Yeah, he needs them right now. He needs them right now, you know, because he's still alive right now, but, you know, it's not looking great. But prayers, man, prayers, yeah? So like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Boom, 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 open the door, ATL. Too late to send my girl downstairs to say he left with the basement. Go through the replacement door. Come up in my neighbor's yard with a taste for war. You know I laced the floor with the hollows. Crack the safe, grab the bottles.
What you want me to do?
Beat Carlos.